Hannah. I'm a tutor at Sky Academy. We're in the topic of measurement within the Year 11 standard course, and we're looking at perimeter, area and volume, which comes under MSM1. So in this video, we're going to have a look at Pythagoras' theorem. And we use the formula of Pythagoras' theorem to find an unknown length of a triangle. So we're trying to find an unknown side when we're given two of the three sides. So Pythagoras' theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So the hypotenuse is considered the longest side, and it is the side that is directly opposite the right angle. And we can see that the hypotenuse here is represented by H. And the other two sides, the shorter sides, are represented by A and B. So if we have a look at the formula, which is down here, it says that the hypotenuse squared is equal to A squared plus B squared, or the sum of the square of the other two sides. So when we're doing Pythagoras' theorem to find a hypotenuse, we can do H squared equals A squared plus B squared, and we can get rid of this square here by square rooting the other side, because the square root is the opposite of the power of 2. So we can find the hypotenuse by doing the square root of A squared plus B squared. We can also find, if we're given the hypotenuse, we can also find A or B by making A or B the subject of the formula. So we are using Pythagoras' theorem to find the length of an unknown side in a triangle. So let's have a go at doing a question. So here it says, find the length of the hypotenuse corrected 2 decimal places. So we know the hypotenuse to be the longest side, which is opposite the right angle triangle, and it is represented by H. So first I'm going to write down my formula, which is H squared equals A squared plus B squared. And then I'm going to do H equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. So now we can sub the information into the formula to solve for H. So we don't know what H is, that's what we're trying to find. But we do know our A and our B, which are the shorter two sides. And it doesn't matter which one is which. So I'm going to make 5A and 9B, but you could do the opposite and make 5B and 9A. So then we have 5 squared plus 9 squared. And when you put that into your calculator, the answer will come out as H equals 10.2956. But because we want it to 2 decimal places, we have to round up, because that's greater than 5 or greater, and then it becomes 10.30. So we just found the length of the hypotenuse, which is the longer side. So let's have a go at doing a question where we find the length of a shorter side. So in this question, we've been given the hypotenuse and we have to find the length of x. So firstly, we're going to write out our formula, which is H squared equals A squared plus B squared. And we're going to sub for what we do know. So we do know the hypotenuse to be 12. We don't know what A is, but we know A can be represented by X. So we can put X squared in there. Then we do know what B is, which is 5 squared. So now we want to make X the subject of the formula, because that's what we're trying to find. So if we minus 5 from this side and take it across to the other side, that will leave X by itself, X squared by itself on that side. So then we have 12 squared minus 5 squared equals X squared. Now we need to get X by itself completely. So we'll take the square root over to the other side. So it'll be 12 squared minus 5 squared in the square root equals X. So now we can solve for x, and so when you put that into your calculator, square root of 12 squared minus 5 squared, you should get 10.9087, and if it is to one decimal place, x will equal 10.9 millimeters. So that's how you do Pythagoras' theorem to find the length of an unknown side in a right angled triangle.